Hi! In this video, we will look at using already, still, and yet with the present perfect. Now keep in mind, what I say here in this video only applies to the present perfect. These words can be used in different ways with other tenses. So already, there are two parts to the meaning of already. First, already means before now, but it also can mean sooner than expected. So because it's sooner than expected, it often conveys a sense of surprise. For example, I could say, "Wow, I've already finished my work." Notice the position of already. It comes between the auxiliary verb have and the main verb. So we have auxiliary verb, already, then main verb. Here's another example. "Oh my God, you've already finished your meal?" So if I say this, I think the person eats fast, or at least more quickly than I expected. Here's a question. Have they already gone home? Notice that with the question, we have auxiliary verb, subject, then already, which is followed by the main verb. Now, again, these are the most common positions for already. It can go other places in the sentence, but these are the most common. On to still. Still means that something is continuing longer than expected. So again, there's this emotional aspect to it. It can be used to convey either surprise or disappointment. Here's a little disappointment. "Oh man, I still haven't finished my work." Notice the position of still. It's different from already. Still goes between the subject and the auxiliary verb have. So we have subject, still, then auxiliary verb. This is the most common position for it. Here's another example. "Oh my God, you still haven't finished your meal?" And now here's a question. Have they still not gone home? Notice the position of still with a question. Still comes between the subject and the main verb. So we have auxiliary verb, subject, still, negative particle if there is one, and then the main verb. Okay, on to yet. Yet also means continuing longer than expected. So once again, there's this idea of surprise here. For example, "Oh man, I haven't finished my work yet." Notice the position of yet. It is normally sentence final. Here's another example. "Oh my God, you haven't finished your meal yet?" And a question. Have they not gone home yet? Again, in the question, yet is sentence final. Now, here's a chart illustrating how to use already, still, and yet in a sentence. You can see that already can be used in a positive statement. For example, "I have already done that." It can also be used in a positive question, such as, "Have you already done that?" But it is not used in negative statements or questions. Well, it can be used in a negative question, but this is not very common. And it can be rude. For example, if I said, "Haven't you done that already?" The idea is, why the heck not? You should have done it already. Okay? Next, let's look at still. Still is not used in positive statements or questions. It can only be used in negative statements and questions. So, for example, I could say, I still haven't done that, or have you still not done that? On to yet. Yet cannot be used in a positive statement, but it can be used in a positive question. For example, have you done that yet? It can also be used in a negative statement. I haven't done that yet. And in a negative question. Haven't you done that yet? Okay, so that's an overview of how to use these words in a grammatically correct way. All right, now it's time to look at how to use these words in context. Remember, when you use the present perfect, it often implies that the question is logically connected to the moment of speaking. Because of this, it is often used to check with someone's experience before making an offer. And this is done to avoid having your offer rejected. Because let's be honest, who likes to be rejected? Nobody, right? Let's take a look at a few examples. Have you had a coffee yet? No, not yet. Why do you ask? I was about to make some. Want a cup? I'd love one. Thanks. Here's another example. Have you already had breakfast? No, not yet. Why do you ask? Well, I was thinking about getting some. Want to come? I'd love to. Thanks. So you can see how both these people used have you already or have you yet to check about their friend's experience before asking a question. This is a very, very common way to use it in conversation.